Community treatment orders, CTOs, allow service users to be treated in the community rather than in hospital. They're intended to prevent relapse and to help service users maintain stable mental health. A CTO specifies conditions to which the service user must adhere and gives the responsible clinician, the psychiatrist, the power to recall the patient to hospital for treatment if necessary. The research study, Social Factors, Care and Community Treatment Orders, was concerned with service user and practitioner views and involved a survey of 181 mental health practitioners and interviews with 16 service users and 41 practitioners. What is reported here is based on what participants said in our research.
A service user summed up what was a commonly held view. CTOs are mainly concerned that you're compliant with medication. Practitioners also considered that taking medication and the development of insight were key aspects of CTOs. A practitioner said, if service users have a bit more insight, they can start to rebuild relationships again, and it enables them to have a bit of a stronger platform to try and recover from their illness. Indeed, service users we talked to demonstrated such insight into their difficulties, saying things like, I can become quite difficult when I'm not taking medication.
Service users were negative about medication because of the side effects and because the CTO required them to have it. Others felt less strongly but were still ambivalent. However, while still concerned about side effects, they also reported a gradual acceptance of medication and benefit from it, identifying that it slowly helped them to be well and happier. Service users reported, medication has slowly helped. I've got to a place where I'm happier about my medication and being on it, and how I'm doing in my life and everything like that.
Practitioners and service users both considered that being compliant with medication and having insight provided potential evidence for the discharge as CTO, although having good, stable relationships, appropriate accommodation and engagement in social activities were significant factors in decision-making as well. A care coordinator stated, if somebody is functioning well and their relationships with you, with family and friends are stable, that would be part of your evidence to discharge the order.
Service users reported increasing maturity in relation to their mental health and their wider difficulties, which enabled them to manage better. This and a gradual acceptance of the role of medication can be seen as an individual and complex journey. A minority of those interviewed felt the CTO affected their sense of self, with several saying, I don't really want people to know. However, more reported that they felt affected by the stigma surrounding mental health difficulties. I see myself as a person with mental health problems, and that has been very hard at times.
Service users were socially active, and there was a sense that they were picking up the threads of their lives as part of their recovery. One service user said, I live quite a normal life on a day-to-day basis. Service users' different individual journeys are reflected in the wide range of social and occupational activities they reported. Meditation, voluntary work, involvement in faith groups, sport, part-time employment, attendance at further and higher education courses. Some service users would have liked to be in full-time paid employment but could not earn enough to live on. Some activities arose from care planning, but more were organised by the individual. They were clear about the benefit of social activities, interaction and occupation. It helps me to have structure to my week and a routine. It helps a lot. Only one person we interviewed reported, I don't find much to do really.
Service users felt that being on a CTO was preferable to being in hospital. As one participant said, a CTO is the quickest way to get out of hospital. Overall, the service users we talked to were pragmatic and they were positive about CTOs rather than being negative, reporting views such as, I think it has helped me to be quite honest. It's a step up, more freedom. I feel really good about it. I think my CTO is a good thing. It has helped. The minority negative views related to feeling controlled and about being required to take medication.
Service users tended not to have a good knowledge of the conditions associated with their CTO. Medication continued to be a dominant theme, and all reported having a condition requiring them to take medication. Wrongly, service users thought they could be recalled to hospital if they did not take their medication. Service users did not show detailed knowledge about their care plans or interest in them, recording views such as, "There probably is a care plan, but I probably didn't even take notice of it. Do you know, I'm not into it, I'm just not interested." Service users reported varying involvement in reviews of the CTO and care plan, with some feeling that they had their views heard, while others felt they were disengaged from these processes. Some service users said that they did not like being talked about. This was also the case for tribunals, where the discharge of continuance of the CTO was considered. Service users reported feeling they were not heard, saying, "They never really asked me my opinion. It was just humiliating, just being talked about." As a result, some did not continue to apply to tribunals.
Very positive relationships between service users and care coordinators were reported. They are one of the strongest themes emerging from the research. A care coordinator said, "We work in a relational model, and I think we value our relationship with people more than anything." Service users talked about their care coordinators in overwhelmingly positive terms, identifying that it is very important to have people you can talk to and engage with. Care coordinators were described as brilliant, and relationships with them as very good. Service users valued the fact that there was someone they could turn to for support with medication, with practical things such as housing and generally for moral support, sometimes listening, just understanding. Relationships with a responsible clinician, that is a psychiatrist, were not described so positively, perhaps because the psychiatrist prescribes medication and has the power to recall the service user to hospital.
The group of 6 peer researchers involved with the project were all service users. They undertook 2 days training and met regularly with researchers. Motivation to be part of the research included the potential to make a difference. When I heard about this, I thought, wow, this could be very interesting to be involved in, something that will make a positive difference from a service user point of view. Peer researchers emphasise the importance of involving those with personal experience of mental health issues in research because of their experience and expertise. You can read all the books in the world, but if you don't get personal experience, you will miss out a lot. Amongst other things, peer researchers reviewed the survey and interview questions. We wanted to make sure that the questions didn't bring up any trauma for people, so we made sure that they were sensitive. The researchers listened and changed the questionnaire. Regardless of the skills of the researcher, people who have had experience have a different, unique perspective. Because of their experience, they can sometimes draw out different information. Peer researchers were key in refining data analysis, suggesting phrases that encapsulated emerging themes. The peer researchers on this project suggest being involved in research broadens your horizons. It is interesting, worthwhile. You are doing something that will be of benefit to others and possibly yourself. It actually gives you a feeling of being involved. It is inclusive. It helps with confidence, and it is a skill you can use in other parts of your life.